Hey, what's happening out there, YouTube? It's Carlos C&L Small Engine Repair and Lawn Care. How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I'm down here in the family room in the big chair. Yeah, it's raining nasty and cold outside, and I just don't want to mess with it today. Not a whole lot going on anyway, but everybody needs a good day off. Got two things. One's big news, one's in a little bit of news. The little bit of news, I'll give that to you first because it's not that bad of news. It's really not that big of news, but Columbia, MTD's Canadian brand that they were selling in the United States, going back to Canada. Not going to sell it no more here. Just not going to do it. I never seen one, so it wasn't that big a difference to me. I never worked on one, but they did have some nice paint schemes on them. They were sharp looking mowers, man. I mean, they were cool, but they're going back to Canada. That's so if you want one or if you have one, if you go to order a part for one, I would check with my local MTD dealer before I got online and Googled, whatever Columbia 42-inch, whatever. I wouldn't. I don't think I would jump on that because then they're going to automatically direct you to Canada to get the part, and it's the same thing. If it's an MTD, it's an MTD. So anyway, just tell me you want an MTD, that part for, whatever. And if they ask you for your serial number, you're going to have to give it to them. But most dealers, like myself, I'm a parts dealer for MTD. I'm just going to be, I know to redirect, but you got some guys out there that won't. They don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care. But anyway, I would definitely try to, if you own a Columbia, just remember that is an MTD product. And you can get the parts in the United States. You don't have to order it from Canada. Big news. You ready for this? Husqvarna is ceasing to make residential equipment. Wow. What a shock. That, it shouldn't have, but it did. It did shock everybody, that knew about it. And guys, I know this for a fact. I mean, I'm just not blowing smoke. I talked to my distributor. He's got paperwork. He's got emails from Husqvarna saying they're not rolling nothing else off the assembly line after December the 31st. It's done. Actually, I think they have stopped production because they're changing their assembly lines over. I don't even think they're making them now. They're not making anything with a stamped deck. That says they're getting out of their residential. They're going to commercial side. Maybe they've made, they're big enough now to go against the X marks and the Skags and and things like that and the rights and my. I don't know. I don't think that they're ready for the jump into that ring right now, but apparently they think they do, and maybe they are. Shoot, I don't know. I mean, I've never had anything really bad about a Husqvarna. Personally, myself, I don't really care for them, but that's just me. I'm a Briggs man through and through, and most of your Husqvarnas had the Kohler engines on them. Now I've got a Husqvarna with a Briggs on it, but I'm just not a big fan of Husqvarna. They're okay, but anyway, I make a living off of them. When I see them keep rolling in the shop, it's not the mower. I can't really say it's the mower. I don't want to get on that bandwagon. It's not the Husqvarna mower. It's just some of the engines that they had on them. The Kohler Courage engine, the 19s. Man, them things are constantly, the valve covers are constantly leaking on them. I don't know how many heads and push rods and valves and cams I've put in them, but I mean, that's all of them. It's just not them. I mean, it happens with the Briggs too. So I'm not slamming one brand, or one type of engine well, yeah, it is one type of engine. I'm telling you that Courage, man, stay away from that thing. But, your Courage, stay away from it. Your Command, your 7000 series, those are good engines. I mean, that Kohler is a good engine. Briggs is coming out, they've been out. They're doing some different things with their Vanguards. Those things are going to be tanks. I'm telling you, they're going to be bulletproof, man. But Husqvarna going out, this is not confirmed. This is not 100% pat. but I do believe that they're getting ready, and so does my distributor. They're going to also quit producing their smaller chainsaws, their smaller weed trimmers, hedge clippers, handheld blowers, blah, 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 blah. Okay? They're going to get rid of all that little stuff. Um, what does this mean to you? Okay. Lawnmower manufacturers are not held to the same standard as an auto manufacturer. An auto manufacturer has to make parts for that car for a certain amount of years, that vehicle. It used to be 20. I don't know if it still is or not. They had to make the parts for those. Lawnmower manufacturers are not held to that. So when they stop, let's say that Husqvarna says, all right, at 5 o'clock on the 31st, we're pushing the button or whenever to the assembly line, and we're not making any more stamp deck mowers. That means that they no longer have to make that part. So if you've got, like I've got a 42-inch Husqvarna, if your deck rots off that thing, you might find an aftermarket somewhere or something close enough to fit it, but you ain't gonna find OEM parts for it. They're not gonna make them. Now, I'm sure that there'll be some aftermarket companies out there jump all over this and start just making parts like crazy for these Husqvarnas. So be very careful of what you buy. You know, if you go out and buy some piece of junk, well, that's what you got is some aftermarket junk. Not saying that aftermarket parts are junk. There's some aftermarket parts out there I believe that are better than the OEMs, but you're just going to have to know your company and your brand and look at that stuff real good, man, before you go buy it. So, if you are looking for a Husqvarna and you're a Husqvarna fan, you better go buy one because that all-wheel drive, what is the name of that thing? I don't know. I don't forgot now. It's an all-wheel drive Husqvarna self-propelled mower with a bagger and mulcher and all that. If you want one, you better go get one. Because when they're gone, they're gone. I'm sure they'll sell what stock they've got, but they ain't making no more. So I just wanted to let everybody out there know that about the Husqvarnas and all that and what they're getting ready to do. Don't be surprised. It was news to me. If I didn't have a distributor, I wouldn't know it. So I don't know what some of these are going to do. Like around here, I know that our Lowe's, they sell Husqvarna and Craftsman. So I think Craftsman and Troy-Bilt is getting ready to really dominate that residential market. Just saying, because Husqvarna is going to be gone. I'm sure you'll still have your Bolins, your Murray, because a bunch of them's made by MTD, your Cub Cadets, your John Deere. But let me tell you something, guys. When one company does this, when one company gets out of, especially a company the size of Husqvarna, gets out of the residential section, there's a problem somewhere there. Now, unless they're just trying to take all their money, like I said, and jump in the ring with these commercial guys, you know, Exmark and all that, and Wright and all those kind of guys, then something's up. I look for John Deere to be the next because I have watched through the years John Deere steadily creeping up into big tractors, not little the John Deere, what is that thing, of 110s and stuff like that, and they're just. But anyway, I ain't gonna get on that bandwagon. But anyway, look for this to happen, guys. Look for some of the smaller residential stuff to go away, and what residential that you're going to have out there is going to be like your Bolins, your Murray, maybe Snapper will stay in there with some of it. But over the next 4 or 5 years, guys, there are some huge changes coming to lawnmowers. I know this through my distributor. I think it's 2021. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that any V-twin Briggs that rolls off the assembly line in 2021 is going to be fuel injected. They're getting away from carburetors. They've already come out on some of the mowers with a never change, just add to oil. Come on, guys, are you serious? And I understand some of them, they're putting 7 and 8 quarts of oil in, and it's just filtering through, and you don't have to change your oil for, 2 years or something, and whatever. But I'm just saying, get ready for it, guys. I mean, all these things do is cut your grass. That's all they do. They just cut your grass. Now, guys, some guys like me, we supplement our income. Some guys make their income solely on lawn care. So a mower means a little bit more to us than it might be to the homeowner, the regular guy just cutting his grass on the weekends. Um, but it's coming. Look out, guys. It's coming. Mower prices are getting ready to go up, and that just makes it even better for the guys who do lawn care and things like that, because eventually there is going to be a price increase on these things, and they're going to go up. So anyway, I'm beating that to death. I just don't know what else to say. I wish I knew more about, how the prices are going to go up. But if everything's going commercial like that, if Husqvarna goes commercial, trust me, John Deere and Cub Cadet is not going to be far behind them. And you're going to have stuff, like I said, the little stuff to take care of it. I'm going to quit rambling on because my wife says I just like to hear myself talk. But just remember, I'm going to close this out. But just remember, no matter what you do it for the glory of God, because without Him, none of this is possible. Until next time, CNL is out.